doing a faux hawk hairstyle, and I have seen variations of this around the internet for a few years, and I will have a few of those linked below. To start with, I have put just her bangs area into a little elastic, and this isn't absolutely necessary, but it does give you more control over how the front of it is going to look. And then after I put this elastic in, I did go back and pull her hair out a little bit so that it's not flat here in the front. You'll notice that I'm working with her hair while it's damp, and that's just so that it will go in smoother for me. That's not necessary either, depending on the texture of hair you're working with. So for the next step, I'm just going to gather some more hair from each side, and we're going to make a little half ponytail here in the back. After you get this section smoothed out to your liking, you'll just want to add another elastic. And then, as I mentioned before, this top section isn't necessary. You could just add one elastic here, but if you did put this piece in the front, at this point you'll want to take this and pull it out a little bit, just so that it looks how you want it to before you do the next step. I'm going to be using my Topsy tail to flip these sections under. If you don't have one, you can just make a little hole here in the ponytail and flip it through with your fingers. But to use the Topsy tail, I'm just sticking that right above the elastic, and then I'm putting the hair through the hole. I'm just going to pull it right under. And you'll want to make sure the hair in this ponytail is smooth before you do the next step. The next step is to grab this ponytail and pull it back through the hole that you just made with that Topsy tail. So I'm just pushing it with my fingers. And then you'll want to kind of spread it out to the size that you want your little bubbles to be. You can do them bigger or smaller, it's really just up to you. And then I'm going to again grab a section from each side and make another half ponytail, and you'll want to include the hair that's left over from this bubble in front of it. Before you put the next elastic in, you're going to want to make sure that this hair is still spread out and puffed up how you want it to look. If you need to pull it out a little bit more, now is the time to do it before you put in the elastic. And then same thing as before, I'm just going to flip this under with my Topsy tail again and pull it back out. And then you'll just want to keep repeating those steps until you've used up all of her hair. To the bottom, you'll most likely have a small amount of hair left over. There's a couple of different ways you can handle that. You could either braid this piece and then shove it back into this last roll, or you can just kind of take it and twist it and put it in there. Whatever you think will work best with the hair you're working with. I'm just going to twist hers, and then I'm going to put it right here in the side so that it's hidden, and then I'm going to take some bobby pins and pin that into place. There's a few little tricks I learned while doing this. The sides might become a little bit baggy as you're doing all the flipping under and pulling it back out. So what you can do is go to the bottom of each of these bubbles and just pull on it like you're tightening that elastic, and that'll kind of bring everything back in. The other thing you may want to do, especially if you're going to be using this for dance or something active, is to take the sides of each of these little bubbles and just pin them down, so that they're not flopping around as you're dancing. These pins can also help to hold the sides in place. If you have one that's really bothering you, like that one right there is kind of loose, you can just take a bobby pin and slide it right in, and that's going to help hold that into position. And then when you're done, you'll probably want to add some hairspray just so that you don't have flyaways. And that is the finished hairstyle.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.